In the heart of the African savannah, there lay a village named Kijiji. Known for its lush vegetation and the chattering sounds of children, Kijiji was a place of harmony. However, among the vibrancy of the village, whispers began to circulate about a peculiar girl named Amani. Amani was not like other children. She was frail, her limbs thin as twigs, and her eyes large and sunken. Despite her mother's best efforts, Amani's body refused to grow strong. The villagers, unkind and superstitious, began to murmur that Amani was not just different, but cursed. One fateful day, an elder fell ill. He was a revered man, and his sudden sickness caused an uproar. The villagers, desperate for an explanation, pointed fingers at Amani. "She's a witch," they cried, convinced that her frailty was a mark of her malevolence. Amani was shunned. Children were forbidden to play with her, and mothers pulled their babies away when she passed. Her mother, Malia, did her best to protect her, but the villagers' hatred was overwhelming. Amani's once bright world grew dark and lonely. Malia pleaded with the village chief, an old man named Jengo. "And my daughter is not a witch," as she cried. "She is just a child, like any other." But Jengo, swayed by the fear of his people, offered no solace. "The will of the village must be respected," he said gravely. One evening, as the sun set, a stranger arrived in Kijiji. He was tall and strong, with a face weathered by the elements. His name was Kofi, and he traveled from village to village, trading goods and stories. He noticed the tension and decided to stay a while. Kofi saw Amani sitting alone, her eyes filled with sadness. He approached her gently, offering a small carved wooden bird. For you," he said with a smile. Amani hesitated, then took the bird, a flicker of hope lighting her eyes. Kofi sat with Amani and told her stories of brave warriors and clever animals. Each tale had a lesson, teaching resilience and courage. Amani listened intently, her spirit lifting with each story. She began to believe that she too could be strong. Kofi's kindness did not go unnoticed. Malia thanked him, and soon he became a frequent visitor to their hut. He taught Amani about herbs and their healing properties, and showed her how to carve animals from wood. Slowly, Amani began to smile again. But not all was well. The village's crops began to fail, and the elders feared a curse had been placed upon them. Whispers of witchcraft returned, louder and more urgent. The villagers became restless, and their eyes turned once more to Amani. In a desperate bid to save their village, the elders decided that Amani must be banished. Malia wept and pleaded, but her cries fell on deaf ears. She must leave, they decreed, for the safety of us all. Kofi, outraged by the injustice, decided to take Amani and her mother with him. "We will find a place where you are accepted," he promised. Together, they left Kijiji under the cover of night, guided by the light of the moon. Their journey led them through dense forests, where the trees whispered secrets and the ground was soft with fallen leaves. Kofi taught Amani to listen to the sounds of nature, and she began to feel a connection with the world around her. After days of travel, they reached a wide river. Kofi showed Amani how to fish, and she delighted in catching her first fish. They cooked and ate by the river's edge, sharing stories and laughter. For the first time in a long while, Amani felt at peace. But danger lurked in the forest. One night, as they slept, a band of thieves attacked. Kofi fought bravely, but he was outnumbered. Malia and Amani huddled together, terrified, as the thieves took their meager belongings. Just when all seemed lost, a group of warriors emerged from the trees. They fought off the thieves and tended to Kofi's wounds. Their leader, a woman named Zara, welcomed them to her village, a place called Amani. Amani was unlike any place Amani had known. The people were kind and welcoming, and there were other children who looked like her. Amani and her mother were given a small hut, and Kofi was offered a place among the warriors.